Tell us a little bit more about the nature of this warrant of arrest. For one, is it bailable? What are the options for those who are issued the warrant of arrest?
And the charge is, what? Crimes against humanity, correct?
Yes, crimes against humanity in acts of murder, or they could also include other inhumane acts. So, to also include abuses and torture and illegal arrests. In the ICC, actually, if I may backtrack a little bit, they can issue two types of these so-called warrants. It could be a warrant of arrest, which is an order to take a person in custody, and a summons, which is an order for this person to appear before the court and give information, probably. So summons or warrant of arrest. And these two instruments could be issued even during an investigation. As soon as the court determines that this person has committed or is probably responsible for crimes against humanity in a particular territory. So for us, even before the investigation, we firmly believe that there is sufficient evidence to issue a warrant of arrest or a summons, at least, for President Duterte to provide information. If the investigation, the thing is with the investigation is that right now the scope of the situation in the Philippines is broad. It starts from November 2011, ends March 2019. From November 2011 to, well, June 2016. It talks about Davao in particular, and then from July 2016 to March 2019, nationwide. The scope is broad, and during the investigation, it could be narrowed down. So that is what I'm not sure of, because it depends on the witnesses and the evidence that would point to the possible perpetrators. For the ICC, and here's a problem as victims, what we know of are those who committed the killings on the ground. Kumbaga, yung kumalabit ng gatilyo. So we know who the shooters are, we know who the policemen who conducted the operation are, the team leaders, etc. The foot soldiers, so to speak. But somebody has to connect the killings on the ground to the masterminds. And that is what we're not quite sure of at present. How many and who are these insider witnesses that the ICC have already talked to or are already keeping in their custody. But we trust that the ICC will eventually pull together the best case possible for justice for all of the victims. So essentially, I would say that the scope of the investigation could go smaller. It could be more limited in scope. And so there could be some areas where there is no proof or connection between the killings and the quote-unquote masterminds.